All right, welcome back, my fellow football fanatics. This is Sports Picks with Tyler Mullendore, where I give you your winning weekly picks. All right, let's see who we got. First game, Thursday night, we got the Colts against the Broncos. The Broncos are favored by 3 in this one. The Broncos just come off a loss to the Raiders, giving the Raiders their first win of the season. And old Russell Wilson, he looks a little slower these days to me. I don't know if he's just like been hitting the gym a lot and really building up his core, but he kind of falls down real heavy, like too. He doesn't have that little spring in his step like before. So, all right, the Colts last week they lost to the Titans. The Colts are stinking up the whole league. Matt Ryan is surprisingly doing mediocre, but all right. Now we got Matt Ryan. Let's see. His over under is at 230.5 yards, and he's going up against the Broncos, got the number 5 pass defense in the league. I'm taking the under on that. I ain't picking Matt Ryan to do good against the number 5 pass D when Matt Ryan is at the end of his career. Now we got Russell Wilson for the Broncos. His over under is at 231.5. He's going up against the Colts, got the number 10 pass defense in the league. You know what? I'm thinking Russell Wilson, even though he's banged up. I'm going to take the over on that. I think maybe he gets a little bit of his life back in his year right now against the Colts. And okay, so I'm taking the Broncos on that. I don't know if I'm going to take the points. It may come down to just a couple points. 3 points ain't that much. I guess I could take the points. It don't really matter. Anyways, here we go. Next game, Giants, Packers. The Packers, they just beat the Patriots last week in overtime, I believe it was. The Giants, they beat the Bears last week. So the Packers in this game are favored by 8 points. Big number 8. All right, we got Rodgers at 233.5 yards on the over under going up against the number 8 pass defense of the Giants. So I don't know, 233 yards. I don't know. These over unders, they think everybody's throwing 250 every week. People are going to have off nights, but I don't think it's going to be Aaron Rodgers. I'm taking the over on that for sure. And we got the Giants quarterback, which is unknown to me at this time. I don't know if it's Daniel Jones or I don't know because they got a bunch of injuries going on over there. So, but anyways, the Packers got the number 3 pass D in the league. So look for the Giants to struggle in this one. I'm taking the Packers. Eight's a lot of points, but I think they're going to win by about maybe 21 or so. So I'm taking the Packers in the points. Anyways, next game, Steelers and Bills. We got the Bills favored by 14 in this one, guys. 14. The Bills are going to run away with it, as predicted by Vegas or whatever. Anyways, so last week the Bills beat Baltimore in a thriller, came down to the last minute of the game. Lamar Jackson threw a pick in the end zone. Josh Allen finally got his little due, even though it's the regular season. So we'll see come postseason. Chiefs are still going to spank him in the postseason. Anyway, the Steelers last week, they played Kenny Pickett for the first time, which was sweet to see that. They were talking about during the game about how the energy switched and how the Steelers are gonna do it. And then you know what? They lost to the old Jets, which if you guys listened last week, I picked that. We picked the Jets. Me and old Carter said we're going with the Jets for the upset. Anyways, let's see. So Kenny Pickett, he's actually going up against the Bills, got the number 1 pass defense in the league. So I'm looking for Kenny Pickett to struggle this week. He's running out of magic and quick. Plus, he's a rookie. So, he's going to struggle anyway. Everybody knows that. And Josh Allen, his over under is at 270 yards, 270.5, actually. He's going up against the Steelers' number 21 pass defense. You know what? I think Josh Allen might light it up. I think he could go for 300. I'm going to take the over, even though that's a huge number. And I'm taking the Bills. I don't know about no 14 points. I would say yes on the 14 points. It's a lot, but, the Steelers are not who they used to be. Anyways, next game, Falcons, Bucks. Good old Tom Brady down in Florida. All right, they got the Bucks favored by 9 in this one last week. The Bucks lost to the Kansas City Chiefs, who put up the 40 burger against Tom Brady and held him to only 3 rushing yards, I think it was. Leonard Fournette, he still scored like 15 points in fantasy. I don't even know how. That man ran for like -3 yards. Chris Jones out there holding it down. Anyways, Bucks Falcons. They got Brady here going against let's see. The Falcons got the number 25 pass D, so Brady's gonna have a heyday with them. He'll probably put up a 40 burg this week because he's probably gonna be PO'd because he lost to the Chefs last week. Anyways, all right, Mariota is throwing the ball. He's spinning it for the Falcons, so he's going up against the number 14 pass defense of the Bucks. I don't know, middle of the road Bucks defense that on the pass defense. Anyways, I look for Mariota to struggle in this one for sure. Even though the Falcons beat the Browns last week, which good for them. Yay, round of applause. They beat the Browns. So yeah, I'm taking the Bucks. I'm taking the points. Easy pick. All right, next we got Dolphins and Jets. Now, this is a game, guys. This is a game. People ain't thinking Dolphins, Jets. Why? I like this one. This is going to be a one to watch for me. They got the Dolphins favored by 3. The Jets are at home. Like I was just saying, the Jets come off that win last week. So they got old Zach Wilson in there. And the Dolphins got the number 31 pass D in the league. They're giving up the most yards. Well, second to most yards through the air in the whole league. I know Zach Wilson is just going to be in his second game back, but I'm looking for him to get going because the Dolphins have stumbled with the whole Tua Tagovailoa situation where, that whole thing's a shame. And now they're kind of out in their coach. We don't know if this man's full of it or not. I didn't know what color his eyes are, but mine are brown. So, I'm full of it, but we don't know if he's full of it yet, but we're going to find out. All right, because they lost to the Bengals last week, but Teddy Bridgewater came in and he kind of played good for a little bit, but wasn't enough. So we'll see what Bridgewater played for the Vikings for a minute. That guy was good. We thought he was going to be good. But anyway, so he's quarterbacking the Dolphins. They got the Dolphins favorite. I'm picking the Jets. This is my upset alert of the week. And I know you guys are thinking he's crazy picking the Jets 2 weeks in a row. They're only over under is like 5 wins on the whole season, But whatever. Hey, they got to win 5 of them sometime or 3 of them. How many wins they got? They're going to get another one. This might be it. I mean, they beat Pittsburgh last week. The sky's the limit. The Jets are beating everybody. Buy your lottery tickets. Okay, next game. Here we go. Bears Vikings. Oh, yes. Middle of the road game. I think the Vikings going to take it. They got the Vikings favored by 7. All right, last week the Vikings beat New Orleans in that with that old missed double doinker in London at 8 in the morning. Love those 8 in the morning games. Anyways, the Bears last week lost to the Giants. So, like I said, Justin Fields and them ain't really getting it done up there. I'm taking the Vikings. I'm taking the points. Justin Fields going against the number 26 pass D of the Vikings. So Fields might have a little better week. He might bounce back and look a little better, but I'm thinking the Vikings are going to get it done. Even though Kirk Cousins here is going up against the number 4 pass defense of the Bears, so this game might be a little bit closer than I'm thinking. I'm taking the Vikings still to win it, but maybe I won't take the points on this one. All right, next game we got the Chargers and the Browns. Got the Chargers favored by 2.5 on this one. Last week Chargers beat Houston. Last week the Browns lost to Atlanta. The Chargers got old Justin Herbert spinning the ball for him. He's going up against the number 13 pass D of the Browns. And Jacoby Brissett, he's got his over-under at 210.5 yards going up against the number 17 pass D of the Chargers. So, I don't know. I'm taking the under on Brissett. I'm taking the Chargers to beat them. I'm taking the points. I think if Herbert's good to go, then they're going to slaughter this team. But I don't know. Maybe Jacoby Brissett is better than we all think, even though he had a chance in this league and he's a great backup, even though they couldn't get it done against Atlanta last week. So, like I said, I'm taking the Chargers. Anyway, next game, Texans, Jags. Here we go, guys. We got Jacksonville favored by 7 points. When was the last time Jacksonville could say that? I don't know, probably 5 to 7 years ago. Anyway, all right. Last week, the Jags lost to Philly, but Philly is looking like the best team in the NFC, so we don't know about them. So, that may not be too bad a thing. Anyway, the Texans last week lost to the Chargers. Texans are falling apart. Old, what's his name? Davis Mills, whoever that guy is. Jags got the number 16 pass D, so, don't really. I'm not looking for this game to be really exciting, but who knows? The Texans got the number 18 pass D. Trevor Lawrence. Maybe this is that middle of the road game that ends up being a little bit more competitive and a little bit, cooler than we all thought. Maybe it comes down, and maybe this is one of those 21-24 games. Comes down to a field goal at the end of the game. Who knows? I'm taking the Jags. I ain't taking 7 points. All right, next game, Lions, Patriots. Been waiting for this one, boys. Here she is. The Detroit Lions are going to beat the New England Patriots. You heard it first here from Tyler Mullendor on Sports Picks. The Lions are going to beat the Patriots, even though the Patriots are favored by 3 points. All right, last week the Lions lost to Seattle, but old Jared Goff put up 1,000,000 yards and 1,000,000 points. That dude just threw his heart out. He said, forget the LA Rams. I'm in Detroit, and I'm throwing this ball every dang play. Anyways, they still lost, like I said. But the Patriots last week, they lost to Green Bay. You got Bill Belichick in his old defensive mind. He's in every single game. But, I don't really know. Their offense is struggling, and old coach last week was slamming the headset on the ground. So, who knows? Maybe he's lost a step. We all get old. I'm taking the Lions. Come on, Golf. Let's do it, baby. All right, next game, fellas. What do we got? We got Titans and Commanders. We got the Titans favored by 2.5. Last week, the Titans beat Indy, but that don't really say much. Last week, the Commanders lost to Dallas, which that's the situation there. All right, Titans got Tannehill spinning the ball going up against the number 24 pass D of the Commanders. All right, I'm looking for Tannehill to do how Tannehill does. All right, Tannehill's going to do all right. I mean, they're going to hand the ball off to Henry. They're going to be fine. They're going to beat the Commanders probably by more than 2.5 points. You got Wentz going up against the number 29 pass D of the Titans. So Wentz, I was telling people last week after the game on Sunday, I was saying, Wentz, it's time to hang it up, buddy. Them laces are tied too tight or something. Time to hang the cleats up. Time to let it go. But, maybe he'll bounce back against the Titans here and hang in this game long enough just to lose and keep everybody's hopes alive for one more week. All right, next we got the Seahawks and the Saints. All right, got the Saints favored by 5.5. Last week, the Saints lost to Minnesota. All right, the Seahawks beat Detroit. Geno Smith spinning the ball for the Seahawks, where Geno Smith also in that game last week against the Lions, he threw for 1,000,000 yards and 1,000,000 points. This guy's winning offensive player of the week and all kind of stuff. And we thought this dude was done for. He's back. He said, don't forget about me. You know what I'm saying? And who's throwing the ball for the Saints? Andy Dalton, or is Jameis Winston coming back? We're not sure yet. I'm going to go with Andy Dalton. I think is throwing the ball. Seahawks got number 28 pass D. Saints got number 9 pass D. You know what? I'm calling the upset on this one. I'm taking the Seahawks. Geno Smith's going to keep it rolling. All right, next we got the Niners and the Panthers. The Niners favored by 6.5. Last week they beat the Rams because they own the Rams during the regular season, which is one thing I forgot about last week. Anyways, last week the Panthers lost to the Arizona Cardinals, which the Panthers and Baker Mayfield are struggling. Baker Mayfield over under on this game 191.5. But the Niners got the number 2 pass defense in the league. Look for Baker Mayfield to continue his struggles. They'll probably be calling for Sam Darnold after this week. Jimmy G, his over-under's 220.5. Panthers got the number 12 pass D. All right, come on, Jimmy G. Let's see what you got. Does he got it? I don't know. We'll see. But if that dude would have stayed in New England, there wouldn't be no questions. He'd be the man up there. But, he went to the Niners, and now Kyle Shanahan's always trying to look past him to find the next best thing when this guy took him to the Super Bowl, NFC Championship. And plus, he's a dang Italian stallion. Anyways, all right, here we go. Eagles, Cardinals. Eagles. Let's talk about the Eagles, guys. They may be the best team in the NFC. This week on the Manning Cast, I saw a video of Jalen Hurts bench pressing 600 pounds. That's 6 plates on each side, guys. That's big boy weight. That's That's unrealistic amounts of weight. He said him and Jason Kelsey, the lineman, do leg day and they lift the same amount of weights. This guy ain't skipping leg day. I didn't realize he was that serious about his sport. They asked him why he did it. He said, I was new and I was showing off. Love it. Love it. I'm calling Eagles Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Let's do it, baby. Anyways, Eagles by 5.5 over the Cardinals last week. The Eagles beat Jacksonville. The Cardinals beat the Panthers. I mean, they both beat two mediocre teams. So this should be a good showdown. Kyler Murray's going up against the number 7 pass D of the Eagles, and Jalen Hurts against the number 23 pass D of the Cards. Like I said, look for Jalen Hurts to have a night. I'm picking the Eagles. 5.5 points. Give me the points. I don't care. Anyways, next game, Cowboys, Rams. They got the Rams by 5.5 on this one, guys. All right, let's talk about the Cowboys. Last week, the Cowboys beat the Commanders. Who's their quarterback? I don't know. This dude named Cooper Rush. I heard on the radio this guy been up there for 5 years. How crazy is that? Been a backup, just sitting, plotting, waiting for his time. Now he's in. He's winning games. He's got Jerry Jones on his side. So we'll see. Is he gonna stay in if Dak Prescott, if Dak Prescott's healthy? Do we keep the winning train a rolling or do we bring back Dak Prescott? Kind of reminds me of a situation with Mitchell Trubisky and Justin Fields up in Chicago. Trubisky was winning, but man, he looked sloppy, and we switched to Fields, or I say we because Matt Nagy was their head coach, come from Andy Reid and the Chiefs. Anyways, they switched quarterbacks, then they lost, and Nagy lost his job. So, just keep a good thing going. That's what I say. Don't mess with it. Keep him in. You heard it here first. Cooper Rush to continue his win streak. I'm taking him upset over the Rams because Stafford is slacking. My man Matt Stafford, Super Bowl winning champion Matthew Stafford, the guy that was in Detroit for so long trying to prove himself and then finally got the chance to win it all. Well, you know what? It looks like he just don't care anymore. That man, he won it all. I mean, why? Took him a decade to finally prove it, and he proved it. Yeah, I'm putting my feet up. After that, Rams are struggling. I'm taking the Cowboys. Come on, upset. I'm taking it. Let's do it, guys. All right, next we got the Bengals and the Ravens. Ravens favored by 3 on this one. Last week the Bengals beat Miami in that fiasco of a game. So the Bengals been struggling all year. I don't even know if that counts as a win last week. Anyway, Ravens lost to Buffalo in that thriller, which, the Ravens look good. So, I don't know. I think I'm taking the Ravens on this one. We got the over-under Joe Burrow of the Bengals, 273.5. The Ravens got the number 32 pass D. They're averaging giving up 315 yards through the air. I don't know. I don't think Burrow's getting Burrow might get 273 if they're giving up 315, I guess. Give me the over on that. Well, I don't know though. I look for this to be more of a close game than that. I don't see him throwing up 3. Maybe comes to a shootout. I don't know. This one's a hard one to call. I'm taking the Ravens for sure. The over-under is high for Joe Burrow, so just be careful with that. That's all I'm saying. Lamar Jackson is over-under 228.5. I'm taking the over on that. Lamar's going to have a good one with that dub. All right, next we got the Bengals. Oh, I guess we just did that one. Sorry. Last game of the week. Best game of the week. We got the Oakland Raiders coming to Kansas City to duel the Chiefs. All right, they got the Chiefs favored by 7, which ain't enough because the Chiefs are going to win this one by about 18. Watch. Even though the Raiders always come to play when they play Kansas City, but Kansas City always comes to play a little bit more. One of the great rivalries in sports. We're going to keep it alive. Last week, the Raiders did beat Denver, but that was their first win of the season. That team is struggling. Derek Carr's throwing the ball. I love Derek Carr. Just, he's a perfect 8-8 quarterback. Keep him in my division. Keep the Chiefs beating him. Anyways, and the Raiders got the number 22 pass D. Look for old Patty McCombs to have a day. He's about to go off. Let me last week the Chiefs beat the Bucks, right? We put up the 40 burg on them. We held them to 3 rushing yards, like I said earlier. So Mahomes and the Chiefs offense, which the Chiefs defense, we actually have the number 1 run defense right now as of week 5. So write that down, folks. Take a picture. Anyways, let's get to the Chiefs offense. What we all are here to talk about and watch the face of the NFL, the best team in the NFL, the future. of the NFL. Anyways, they got the number 7 passing offense, the number 11 rushing offense. Look at us running the ball. Yeah, we can run too. And the number 2 in scoring. We're averaging 32.3 points a game. We're putting up another 40 burger against the Raiders this week. You heard it here first, guys. All right, take care, fellow football fanatics. We'll see you later. Adios. Goodbye. Peace.